Yes, thanks, Harman. Thanks everyone for joining this lightning talk about Streamlit. So nice to see that there are already many of you in this live stream. Today I'll be talking to you about this new tool on the block that is Streamlit and how you can use it to showcase your data science projects. So first, a little bit about me. So I'm Marloes. Hi. I'm a data scientist in the assortment domain, and I've been there for about 1.5 years now. And in my team, we work on a lot of new data science innovations within assortment. And this means that we quickly want to test new ideas and iterate on new ideas. And Streamlit has been incredibly helpful in quickly showcasing ideas to the team and also to stakeholders. So that's actually why I really wanted to do this talk and show you guys how it can also be beneficial to you. So what is Streamlit actually? So Streamlit is an app framework which makes it easy to build custom apps for your data science projects. And trust me when I say that this is actually doable in a matter of hours or sometimes even minutes. But you might wonder, okay, another tool, we might be a bit skeptical about it. Like, well, do I need to learn this? Do I need to know about this? Is it another hype, another buzzword, you know, like so many in the data science landscape? Well, in the next couple of slides, I'll tell you all about its benefits to you as a data scientist and how it can add benefit to you on top of the existing workflows and the existing tools that you already use, like Flask and Jupyter Notebooks. So we move on to the first argument, Exhibit A, easy and fast prototyping. So as I said before, in my team, we could quickly iterate and test new ideas and new innovations. And part of this process is actually to showcase our projects and our project results to the business and to our team. And while Flask is a really nice tool and really flexible and you can customize the world, it also brings a lot of overhead and you know, you need to create routes, you need to create custom templates, and it just takes a lot of time. So, and often this is time that we don't really have or that we want to spend elsewhere. So Streamlit really fills this gap perfectly because it takes away all this, it kind of takes care of all this this behind the scenes work that you have to manually do in Flask. And instead it allows you to focus on the things that you really want to do, the data science work. So all it takes is just a couple of simple commands and then you have your simple web app. So in the time that it took me to explain this slide, I was actually also able to build this simple web app. And yeah, so bonus points if you know where the map is located. It's not that difficult. And so we move on to Exhibit B, making project presentations more dynamic and convincing. So now that we've seen how easy it is to set up a Streamlit app, you can use it to level up your project presentations. Now, of course, it's still very important to show the numbers, the business value, to communicate the business value to your stakeholders. This is the most important thing. But you can imagine that it will become way more memorable to your stakeholders if you add some nice visuals and some interactivity to it. So, of course, you can also use Jupyter Notebooks for this or create regular old plots like you can even do in PowerPoint. But Streamlit adds a new layer of interactivity to your presentations, which I believe is really, really nice and can really boost your presentations. So for instance, you can demo your proof of concept to your stakeholders, but you can also take your stakeholders through potential future scenarios. And what I mean by this is that, for instance, you may have a model and you may have been tweaking a parameter in your algorithm. And you can really draw your stakeholders in by taking them through the process, by showing them a Streamlit app, which shows them exactly the values of these parameters that you've tweaked and the effect it has on your model, and more importantly, on the KPIs that you're trying to improve, because these are the things that they find important as well. So being able to show that in a really nice visual way is super beneficial and can really boost the confidence and make your presentations more convincing. So we move on to Exhibit C, easily debugging models. So as a data scientist, you may often want to improve your models and And a nice way to do this is by building a simple Streamlit app. It doesn't have to take long, I promise, to build this. But this tool, I can show you this tool that I made for a simple fashion classification model. By creating this Streamlit app, you can easily go through your misclassified examples and spot trends, like find out where your model is going wrong and how you can improve it next. Because you want to prioritize on the things that matter most to quickly go through the things that matter most. So, I'm sorry about that. So here you see the first interface, which is a simple confusion matrix. And we're moving on to the second interface, which shows you a button. And if you click the button, you get a randomly selected set of misclassified examples. And here you can quickly go through or spot some trends. So for instance, you see that sneakers and sandals are confused. And yeah, this might be something that you might see more often, and then you might wonder, well, can I improve that? Can I add more samples to distinguish these classes? So here, for instance, pullover and coat are also not distinct enough classes. So you may wonder if you want to add some more samples there. And then in the third interface that I built, you can actually go through individual examples and see for yourself, okay, what does it look like, what was predicted, and what was the actual label. And just like in a maybe an hour or so, you can make an interface for your existing model and really go through your diagnostics and see what's going on and see what you want to do next. I'll just stop it here because it's a lot more examples. And finally, there's Eschibit D. So it's about exploring complex concepts visually. So imagine that you want to build an image classification model or computer vision, that you have a computer vision problem. And you find yourself reading through documentation and you're reading through tutorials and you just don't know enough about image transformations. Well, there are a lot of ways you can learn about image transformations. You could read a book about it, you can watch a tutorial about it or a course about it. But to me, as a visual learner, it's really awesome to see that you can even build Streamlit apps about this. So full disclosure, I did not build this one myself, but I could have because it's actually a really interesting topic. And so here you see this drop down with all kinds of image transformations. And so you can really, in a live way, see what each transformation does to your image. You can see the action reaction, the cause and effect of what every transformation does to your image. And that makes it super powerful because it really gives you a much deeper understanding of what is going on. And because it's so visual, it is more likely to stick and to be more memorable to you. So this is a really nice tip that I would like to give you if you are exploring new concepts, which we are very much as data scientists. Streamlit could also be very helpful in exploring complex concepts visually. So I hope you enjoyed this talk, and I hope I was able to convince you a bit that Streamlit is not just some flashy tool, but actually a very valuable asset for your data science toolkit. If you have any questions, leave them in the Q&A. And if you want to know more about Streamlit, you can talk to me, or you can also go to streamlit.io. There are a lot of examples there as well. So thanks a lot. Then.
Thank you, Marloes, for a very interesting presentation about how you can speed up, indeed, doing demos, which I think in an agile environment is very important.
Yes. And let me get the Q&A if there are any questions. I don't think there are any questions.
There are no questions. I think it was very clear what you were trying to share with us. I like the one part where you said that Flask is really slow, because compared to most APIs that we build, Flask is actually fairly quick. So speeding it up even more is
yeah, definitely
very cool. Okay, I have a few questions coming in, so I'm going to send them to you, so you can pick which up you want yourself.
Nice. Yeah, I see them coming in now. So there are no thumbs up, so I'm just going to go through the first one. The first one is by Luke. I really like to use Streamlit to easily create an interactive app that helps stakeholders understand the model. However, sometimes you would also like to serve the same model shown in the Streamlit app in an API. Do you know of any way to combine serving a model in our service landscape and at the same time showing it in Streamlit? Oh, good question. Short answer, no, but so Streamlit has a really nice and growing community. And so my tip would be go through their forums, because they have a very active forum. And there must be some other people going through the same things that we are going here through at bol.com. And they might have an answer to you. And if you want, we can also look into it together. Yeah, I think it's a great idea. Anonymous posted, can it be used for NLP? Sure, yeah. So we actually used it to showcase a keyword extraction project that we did to extract keywords from reviews. So what you could do is, showcase a review and then illustrate how you extracted the keywords from it. So you actually see the review and the keywords alongside of each other. So that way you can also show how well your model works. That's just an example. There are probably many, many more things you could do. Jasper says, Marloes, this is awesome. You just made us really hyped about it. Haha. Nice, awesome. That's really great. Great to hear. Peter says, great talk. Question, to what degree can Streamlit also be used as a simple user interface like Flashlight? What are the limitations relative to Flask? So I don't know Flashlight, to be honest. You can definitely use it as a simple user interface. You don't have to showcase projects in it. You can just use it as a web interface. So that's, yeah, you can use it any way possible, and you just use very simple commands to create text, to create images, to create interactions and functionality, basically. And what are the limitations relative to Flask? Well, so Flask is very flexible and you can customize everything. And with Streamlit, all of the customized, the front end things are, for instance, already taken care of. So this means that you can't really tune that so much. So if you really want to make everything aligned very perfectly, sometimes you may run into issues. So you may have seen in one of the examples, I'm not sure, that the text and the image were not always aligned perfectly. That's one of the issues with Streamlit, that sometimes that doesn't work optimally. But if you're not really focused on that, then it should be fine. But yeah, Flask is way more flexible in that. So if you want something very custom, very specific, then Flask might be a better choice. Then Katja says, really interesting, Marloes. Yes, I think so too. What projects have been sped up this far, says Anonymous. Sped up this far. Well, we mainly use it to showcase projects. So I wouldn't say we have sped up projects, but we have limited the time used to create interfaces or demos, for instance. So earlier on, we sometimes used Flask to demo projects. And now we just know that if we only have a couple of days to work on a project, we don't want to spend half a day or more setting up a Flask app and making sure it works, debugging, etc. So now we can just set up a Streamlit app, and it's much faster to set up. And if you don't have many requirements in terms of front end and all that stuff, then Streamlit works just fine. So in that sense, we have created more time for the actual projects and less time for setting up a demo or a showcase. And then Niels says, how do you know Streamlit is different from other lightweight frameworks like Dash? Oh, good question. Yeah, I'm not super familiar with Dash. I think it's like a visualization tool. So I can't really say much about that. I think I might have tried to work with that once, but I wasn't super hyped about it at that point. But you would have to show it to me at some point, then I can compare them critically, because I'm not too familiar with Dash. I see there's more questions. Original anonymous. The original, nice. Thanks, Marloes. You should be a YouTuber. What? No, I don't think so.
All right, that was a flurry of answers, and a lot of them I think really diverse and really good as well. So I think we all have a very good image now of what we can use Streamlit for. I'm definitely going to try it out myself.
Nice, awesome.
Yeah. Now,
if you have more questions, please send them to me or to the chat, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. The thread has already been made, so maybe there are already questions there. Then this is it for the morning session. We will be back this afternoon. I posted the links in the Q&A, so you can go there or to spaces@bold.com. And yeah, thank you for showing up, everyone, and see you this afternoon.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Bye.